Okay, new One Piece chapter, the final chapter of 2025 even. Now, I have a good feeling that this or the next chapter is going to be the final chapter of this flashback. I know I've said this before. I've said this before only to realize how wrong I was by the time I made it to the end of the chapter and realized how much more there is left. But I have a good feeling this time because last chapter ended with the Herald instant, his death incident that we heard about back in the present time. So we're talking about stuff that we already know about in the present, so I feel like we're gonna see more background on how that happened, and then that's kind of it. But that's exciting because I kind of miss our crew. This was an amazing flashback, of course, like gotta be one of the best in terms of like just like lore and like all these amazing characters all coming together in one place. It was amazing. But at the same time, like, I kind of want to come back to our crew. But anyways, before we start here, we got a nice little Shonen Jump cover page. One Piece right on the cover. This really cool stained glass art of all the Shonen Jump series. Very cool. Let's go ahead and start. Oh wow. A Rock's color spread. Look at them on their dapper suits. Beautiful. This is sick. I love it when Oda does these like formal wear spreads. Like he's done it with the Straw Hats before too. It's got to be one of my favorite things that he does. He's done it multiple times with the Straw Hats actually. All right, let's get into the chapter. 14年前, Elbaf, Yokai. So 14 years ago, Elbaf, the Sun World, Gavan no Ie, Gavan's house. So we got Shanks and Gavan here. ロジャー船長に息子がいるのか? What? Captain Roger has a son? どうやらそうらしい. It seems that's the case. ガープに会ってな、そう言ってた. I met with Garp, you see. That's what he said. よく生き延びたな. Like, I'm surprised he's survived. He's done good to survive. 海軍の手から. From the grasp of the Marines. The title here we got 第1169話 一刻も早く死ななくては I must die as fast as possible. Or as soon as possible. Interesting name for a chapter. I wonder who this refers to. I must die as soon as possible? It's crazy. そうか。じゃあ、俺の弟みてえなもんだな。I see. Well, then I guess he's sort of like my younger brother. 確かにお前とバギーは俺たちの息子だからな。Indeed, you and Buggy are like our sons, after all. ロジャー船長の血を引いて with Captain Roger's blood running through his veins. じゃあ、次世代の海賊王はそいつかな。And I guess the next generation's pirate king will be him, right? 戦数じゃねえんだぞ。It's not about lineage. 期待されたものは意外と天下を取らねえもんだ。期待されたもの Those who you're anticipating that you have like sort of that have like promise. 意外と天下を取らねえもんだ. I had to look up this expression here. I didn't quite get it at first, but basically, so those who are burdened with expectations, right? 期待されたもの. Unexpectedly are unable to sort of do as they please, unable to sort of take over. そういうもんか? Is that so? その方が世界は面白いって話よ。 That way the world's more interesting. 一方、運命のエルバフ・アウルスト城。On the other side, the Aurust Castle on Elbaf of Destiny. Oh, that's Loki. うわ、ロキ。ロキ王子がご騎乗なされた。Prince Loki has returned to the castle. This is a fun little thing here. We got Gokijou. So, Kijou is literally the kanji for return and castle. To make a word that means returning to the castle. And then, Nasareda. Nasareru is a sonkeigo, respectful, honorific equivalent of the verb suru, to do. Yareru sama mo tsuki ni. And the Chief Jarl has also arrived. O no Hiroma, iriguchi. Entrance to the king's chambers. Naze konna koto o? Kokuo-sama. Or, I don't know if Harold was saying the first part or not, whatever. Could this happen, Your Highness? こいつは、あなたの言う通り、鎖で縛ろうと。So when we removed the chains as he requested, as Harold killed him, なぜ兵を切った? Why did I cut down the soldier? 俺はなぜか体が動いた。Somehow my body moved. あいつの命令のため? Due to his order? 邪魔するものを消すのか? I'm eliminating those who get in his way. 戦士の軍団を組織せよ. Create an army of warriors. Of course, he's still under the influence of Imu, unable to disobey his order. 命令に逆らえない. I can't disobey the orders. 俺の考えも変わるのか? あいつの命令によって? Even my thoughts are changing due to his orders? これから一生? For the rest of my life. この先俺が生きてる限りこの国は俺が悪化させていく。Now on, the rest of my life, I will be making this country worse. この体は有害だ。This body is harmful. 無駄だった。無駄になるんだ。It was futile. It will be futile. 俺の144年の人生。My 144-year life. 一刻も早く死ななくては。I must die as soon as possible. お前たち、私を殺せ。You, everybody kill me. エルバフを奴隷にさせてたまるか? I'm not going to let Elbaf become slaves. 急げ。すべてを乗っ取られる前に。Hurry, before he takes over everything. 国王、何を? Your Highness, what are you saying? おい、親父、帰。Hey, old man, I've come back. Then he stops. 何やってんだお前ら? What the hell are you guys doing? They've all impaled him. ハラルド、なんてことだ。本当に不死身。I'm truly immortal. 回復していく。I'm regenerating. やめろ。Stop. 逃げろ、お前たち。Run away, you all. And then he just slices through all of them at once. どうしたら死ねる? How can I die? 助けてくれ. Help me. つまり, in other words, 俺とハラルドは me and Harold 聖地にいる音体と呼ばれるやつと一番浅い契約を結んでる。We've been bonded to a contract, to the shallowest contract with the guy that they call the boss in the Holy Land. この1000回契約だけでも奴の能力圏内では逆らえなくなる。So just with this shallow sea contract, we will be unable to sort of go against him within his field of effect, his area of effect rather, of his ability. 奇妙な力だ。It's a weird ability. This is interesting. 能力の圏内. So it has an area of effect, according to Shanks. So if you're outside of a certain area, you aren't affected by his powers. I wonder if that has something to do with the pentagram, right? I wonder if you have to be within a certain radius of the pentagram in order to be under his influence. だから俺たちは聖地から離れた時に少し話したりしてた。So when we left the Holy Land, we talked a bit. やっぱりそうだろう。赤髪海賊団だよな。It must be that, right? The red-haired pirate crew, right? ハラルドは神の騎士団になれたら。If Harold became a God's Knight, エルバフを加盟国にしてもらえるって喜んでたけど。Although he was happy that if he became a God's Knight, Elbaf would be allowed to become an affiliated country. I just noticed a Ripley in the background there. それはこの上の契約を結ぶってことを意味する。That means binding with a contract even higher than this one. 何か不都合があるのか? Is there something wrong with that, I guess? Is there some inconvenience about that? 神の騎士団が契約で得るものが Those who receive a contract in the God's Knights 人間離れした筋力と牛の体遠距離の移動手段アビスの生成能力その代わりどこにいても音体の命令に背けず奴の声はどこまでも届く So you get the contract and you get strength that surpasses human ability as well as an immortal body and sort of access to the long-range movement method, the abyss, which is what they call the pentagrams. And in exchange, you cannot disobey the boss's orders, and his voice reaches you from anywhere. Okay, so there's not a limit then. I guess the lower contract you have a certain range of effect, but the higher contract you're directly connected with him, so you can't disobey him regardless. もし契約すれば if he makes the contract, ハラルドは奴らの言いなりになるってことなんだ。Harold will have to do their bidding essentially. そんな状況下で強欲な奴らが人との約束を守るなんとは俺には思えねえ。So I don't think people as greedy as them would uphold their promise under those conditions. ハラルドは神の騎士団には入るべきじゃ。So he's saying Harold shouldn't join the God's Knights, but it cuts off at the end before he can finish the sentence. And then we see this. What? So he's seeing the haki from the castle. ちょっと待って、親父。Hold on, Dad. 一体何に驚きゃいいんだ? What should I even be surprised about now? それだけ刺されて死んでねえことにか? The fact that you got stabbed so much and didn't die? 城の兵士や俺を殺そうとしてることにか? Or the fact that the palace guards and even I are trying to kill you? なんだよこの怪力? What's with this strength? 何があったハラルド? 正気に戻れ. What happened, Harold? Return to your senses. 王の昼前. Soldiers, to the throne room. 王を止めろ. 錯乱しておられる. Stop the king. He's in a state of confusion. 喧嘩? They're fighting. 急げ. Lokiのやつだな. あの野郎. Hurry up. It's that Loki guy, isn't it? That bastard. 国王様を救え. Save the king. Of course. And this is where the misconception comes from. 状況を話せ, Haraldo. 何があった? Tell us the situation, Harold. What happened? Yararo様. Chief Yaro. 俺、取り返しのつかないことをした. I've done something that I can't take back. 俺は、これから本当に正気じゃなくなる. And from this point on, I will truly lose my mind. いいか、ロキ. 私の言う通りにしろ. Listen, Loki. Do as I say. この城で起きたことを、ありのままエルバフの民に伝えろ. Let all the citizens of Elbaf know of what's happening in this castle. 俺が兵士たちを殺したと. That I killed the soldiers. そもそも俺は In the end, 世界政府加盟用大義名分に汚れた仕事をいくつもしてきた. Under the pretext of joining the world government, I've done plenty of dirty jobs. しまいには騙された. このざまだ. And in the end, I was fooled. This is the result. エルバフの国民を戦闘奴隷として政府に引き渡そうとしている. They're trying to have me hand over the citizens of Elbaf as war slaves to the government. 何言ってんだ? 騙された? What are you saying? You got fooled? 奴らは元より私の希望の飲む気などなかった. From the beginning, they had no intention of accepting my wish. 国王様. Your Highness. ヤラル様. Chief Jarl. ノキにエルバフの秘宝を食わせてくれ. Let Loki eat the secret treasure of Elbaf. なんじゃと? What? 神の力を得た私には誰も勝てやしない. Nobody can beat me now that I have the power of a god. エルバフが政府の奴隷になるなど、私の夢の真逆じゃないか. Having Elbaf become slaves to the government is the exact opposite of my dream. このエルバフの歴史上最悪の王. So make me the worst king in the history of Elbaf. お前が殺し、王座につけ, Loki. Kill me, and then take the throne, Loki. 俺がいかに愚かな王だったか. Just how much of a foolish king was I? 国民に伝え. Tell the people how much of a foolish king I was. 俺を殺して名を上げろ. Raise your name by killing me. 死んだ後の私の評判などどうだっていい. Doesn't matter what they think of me after I'm dead. 大切なのはエルバフの未来だ. どうだろう. What's important is the future of Elbaf. that not right? Is that not so? どこまで? Just how far are you willing to go? 頼んだぞ、ロキ。お前にしかできない。Please, Loki. You're the only one who can do it. うわあ。城内に残人がいる。There's a criminal in the castle. え、国王? What, the king? 扉を封鎖せよ。Seal the doors. は、直ちに。Immediately. よくもみんなを。あんたもうハラルド王じゃない。How could you do that to everybody? How dare you kill everybody? You're no longer King Harold. ハラルドだとも。ただし今は本体の進化。I'm a vassal of the Lord. That's how I should have been translating this word. Ontai. I've been just saying boss from up to this point, but I should have been translating it as a lord. That makes more sense thematically. I'm a vassal of the Lord. 誰一人逃がさんぞ。I won't let anybody escape. この城で起きたことは口外させん。I can't let what's happening in the castle be known to the public. Okay, so now he's saying the opposite of what he said before. So he's like, this is probably an example of Imu like overturning his thoughts, his will. みんな逃げろ。Everybody run away. And then splat. 捧げるんだ。この国をイム様に。I will hand this country over to Lord Imu. Okay, well there you go. 急げ, Loki. Hurry, Loki. I wonder if, okay, see, because it could be he's losing his mind to Imu, or it could be him acting to try and play the villain. なんで俺がそんな悪魔の実を食わなきゃならねえんだ。Why must I eat that devil fruit? 泳げなくなるんだろう。I won't be able to swim anymore. 親父、マジで人格変わりやがった。The old man, his personality really did change. 食うな、Loki. あの実は私のものだ。Do not eat it, Loki. That fruit is mine. お前が食えっつったんだろう。But you're the one who told me to eat it. No, I think he is losing his mind. 己が食えば世界が終わってしまうわ、ハラルド。If you eat it, it'll be the end of the world, Harold. Loki, ええな。ハラルドにゃ絶対渡すな。You hear me, Loki? You must not hand it over to Harold. Oh shit, that's where he got the sword in his head. Yaru-sama, Chief Jarl. 返すよ、ヤラル。昔あんたにもらった名剣だ。Oh, I'm giving it back, Jarl. This was a famous sword that you gave me long ago. So have it back, right in your skull. Well, they said that Loki did that to him. But of course it was actually Harold. 俺は身を食ってラグニルを手に入れる。I will eat the fruit and obtain Ragnir. Here's an example of Gikun. You have the furigana Ragnir over the kanji for iron, lightning. 私はしない。I will not let you have it. わあ。Shanks and Gabon. Swoop in. ギャバンか。ギャバン。ぐわー。やるる。お前なんてことに。What have they done to you? 兜のおかげで助かった。I'm saved thanks to this helmet. ララドを止めてくれ。ロキを追わせるな。You must stop. Please stop Harold. Don't let him get to Loki. どう見ても最悪のシナリオだろう。Any way you look at this is the worst case scenario. アラルド、周りをよく見ろ。目を覚ませ。Harold, look around you. Open your eyes. シャンクス。いいもんだぞ、不死身の体。An immortal body is great, Shanks. 生物として優越感を感じる。I feel a sense of supremacy as a living being. Like, くそ、damn. なんとか命令を解けねえのか。Is there any way I can undo the order? これがエルバフには伝わる禁断の悪魔の実。So this is the forbidden devil fruit that's been passed down through stories of Elbaf. And behind it, I see a hammer. I see a hammer behind that. And the hammer is moving on its own. What? Well, who's there? Oh, the chapter's over. Okay. So we don't get to see yet. We have to wait until the next chapter. So we got... They said Ragnir, right? Get Ragnir. Iron, lightning. But of course, in Norse mythology, this looks like Mjöllnir, right? So are they calling the hammer Ragnir? Is the hammer Ragnir? Is the hammer Ragnir? They might have mentioned it before, actually. I might just be forgetting. It is Ragnir. I gotta wait until next chapter to actually see what the devil fruit is. But, which will be next year. So, I don't really have much else to say about this chapter. I mean, we finally get to see the incident from the perspective of people who actually witnessed it. But yeah, so until next year, I guess, when we finally see, or possibly, the end of this flashback, and probably the identity of this forbidden fruit. It could be I'm gonna make a guess. If it's not the Nika fruit, then it's probably some like mythical Zoan fruit that has to do with Norse mythology, right? And Loki eats it, like maybe like Fenrir. That's my guess. Because I mean, Loki and Fenrir in mythology, like, you know, there's a connection there. So it could be that. But we'll see. So until next time, until the new year, goodbye.